welcome to Good Games Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I'm Barjo.
And I'm Hex.
And I am D.A.R.R.E.N.
Okay guys, come on, spill your guts. How was E3? Was it totally awesome, fantastic, and where's my present?
Oh, we had a brilliant time, didn't we, Darren?
Affirmative.
What'd you get up to? Where's my present?
Well, the whole point of the conference is so that each of the different game companies can show off all the games they have in development that are going to be released over the next year or so. So the whole thing kicks off with these massive press conferences. Here I am at Microsoft, that was pretty cool. Lots of new games coming out for Kinect, and guess what guys? Minecraft is going to be coming out on XBLA later in the year. Then we moved on to Sony's event where they launched the new handheld console called the Vita. And loads of new games, of course, and then after the press conference was over, I got to play some of them. And last up was Nintendo. That opened with a real-life orchestra playing the Zelda theme because Zelda turns 25 this year. And then we got our first look at the new console, the Wii U.
Oh, did you get to play the new consoles?
Indeed I did. The Wii U has a lot of potential, I think. It's a very different playing experience than we're used to because whoever has the Wii U controller has their own screen, and often what they see on their screen is different to what other people are playing. So one person has the Wii U controller and a bunch of other people have Wii controllers and are playing with the regular TV screen, so it's quite cool. In one game I was a spaceship and everyone else had to run around in this arena and try and shoot me down. And in this game I was running around and everyone had to chase me, but I was the only one that had a mini-map and could see everyone on it, so I was at an advantage. I don't know, these weren't actual games, they were just demos created to show what the Wii U was capable of, and I'm not sure it's the best example of that, but time will tell when the games start coming out, I guess.
What about the PlayStation Vita?
Ah, the PlayStation Vita. Yeah, it was great. It has this strange kind of sensor pad in the back, which means that not only do you use the touchscreen to play, but you also kind of have to maneuver your fingers around the underside of it. I got to play Little Big Planet.
Ooh, was it any good?
It was good. In fact, I think it's the perfect game to really utilise all the Vita's many features. In fact, there's a lot going on. You've got the front touchscreen, you've got the rear touchpad, you've got thumbsticks and shoulder buttons, and you're moving it around like this. But once you kind of get the hang of sort of combining all of those elements, it's really fun to play.
Ooh, new consoles are exciting. What about you, Darren? What did you get up to?
I hung with the devs and got world exclusives, of course.
Yeah, I bet you asked, like, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Hi, Darren. I've got something to tell you. I'm Michel Ancel, the creative director of Rayman Origins, and in that game, there's a lot of robots like you. And you know what they're doing in the game? They are behind the clouds. They are your friends, and they are part of my game. So thank you, Darren.
Darren, was that the legendary Michel Ancel, the guy who created Rayman?
Indeed it was, Barjo.
Oh, Darren, show the Spawn Kudo Tsunoda.
Of course.
Darren the Robot, you know you're one of my favorite video game industry reporters. We wanted to give you an exclusive. So everybody asks me all the time, Kudo, what is up with the sunglasses? You wear them during the Microsoft keynote, you're here at this Microsoft event, in the middle of the night you're wearing your sunglasses. So Darren, that's an exclusive for you. I never take my sunglasses off. There you are.
Kudo is producing Kinect Fun Labs, and he never takes his glasses off for anyone.
Except me.
Oh, nice one, Darren. I'll give you that one. But what about all the games that came out? What was your favourite?
Well, Skylanders looks interesting. If the game is any good, it'll be really cool to be able to carry your character around with you and play it at your friend's house, even if they have a different console to you. And for younger gamers, Once Upon a Monster just looked beautiful. It's a really great game that parents can play with their younger children. And remember that brilliant game Stacking? This is by the same dev team that made that.
Oh, cool. What about you, Darren? The next SingStar, no doubt. Darren, what's the matter?
See for yourself. Why did you decide to introduce dancing to what was a perfect game?
Well, Darren, as you know, I have two great loves in life. One is robots and one is dancing. And so I wanted to make a brilliant dancing robot game. So we have this super cool track by LMFAO, Party Rock, and our dancer is a robot. How much better could it be? And you do cool robot moves like this as part of the dance routine. So I'm sure you're going to love it, Darren. I did it especially for you.
Well, see, Darren, at least they put a robot in it for you.
That may just make it acceptable, just.
So out of all of that, Hex, did you have a highlight?
Well, we got to interview Eiji Aonuma, and he's the creative force behind many of the Zelda games like Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword. He only speaks Japanese, but we had a translator, and I particularly liked his answer about how he feels about Zelda and Link.
I do view Link in some ways as someone might view a son. And I see him as someone who grows during the course of his journey. I want to see him turn into someone anyone would be proud to call their child, and just in general turn into a really cool guy. I see that growth as a big part of his character for me. On the other hand, Zelda is the sort of character that I want people to strive for, to fight for, and in that sense feel affection for. That's how I view it. However, this time in Skyward Sword, one sort of interesting additional fact, Zelda has been designed to remind me of someone I had affection for in my own personal past. There's a little bit of that in there as well.
And what about you, Darren?
Oh, I think it's the world exclusive information I got about the new Ratchet and Clank game.
I haven't told anybody about this yet, but because you're a friend, here it is. In Ratchet and Clank All for One, there is a weapon that you can get that will turn an enemy into a fire-breathing sheep. What do you think of that?
Fire-breathing sheep. Awesome! Well, it's great to have both of you back. Where's my present?
Hang on a minute, what have you been up to?
Oh, I have some amazing news about Good Game Spawn Point. It's going to change our lives. Oh, we're going to be so busy. I'm not going to tell you to give me my present, though.
Well, I got you this.
Oh my God, it's Batman!
So, the news?
What's that, Batman? He says we have to go do Ask Good Game and I can't tell them. Batman said I have to tell you later because we've got a question answered. Ask Good Game away, Batman!
But what was the...
Later! Batman says later! Come on! Ask Good Game! Alright, Hex. Hex. Hi, Hex. I know you must be tired from E3, but it's time to answer more of the Spawnlings questions.
Oh, Barjo, I'm sorry, I'm just jet-lagged from E3, I think. Oh, but this question's about E3. It's from someone in Melbourne, Victoria. Is it true that E3 is going to be in Melbourne next year? I've heard rumours, but I'm not sure. And if so, how much is it for a ticket? Please, please, please respond. Oh, well, I wish it was in Australia, but no, someone, that's completely untrue. E3 is definitely returning to Los Angeles next year, so it won't be in Melbourne. Here's a quick one from Matthew in Adelaide, South Australia. Hi guys, I downloaded your world last weekend and every 10 or 20 minutes it crashes. Please help. From Matt.
Well, Matt, because Minecraft is still in beta, it has a few technical issues, especially when you make a world as big as ours, so it can quickly eat up all your computer's memory and then crash. But we found switching the graphics from fancy to fast and toggling a layer of fog usually fixes it for us. If it still crashes on you, you might want to try putting even more fog on.
All right, well, there's still so many Minecraft questions here, Barjo, so I guess we may as well stick with it and go on to this one from Bubbles in Phillip Island, Victoria.
Hi GGSP, it's Ben Fenn's sister here, and we are big fans of a Minecraft player, Archmage Melek, and we was wondering if you have heard of him. Also, why did you clear out such a big space at the bottom of your map in Minecraft? Me and Ben Fenn found it, and it was a total waste of time. We found a small slime down there, and Ben Fenn was going to call it Barjo, but I insisted it be called Bob. My guess is that you did it for Cobble. See you later, if you know what I mean. GGSP, your show rocks. I love your show. Well, thanks, Bubbles, and yeah, we have heard of Archmage Melek and watched a few of his videos. He's certainly done some cool stuff, but you're pretty much on the money there. It's just a mine. It's not meant to be a fun place to go, really. And yeah, we certainly mined lots of cobblestone, but we found pretty much all of our diamond and gold down there too. Also, we had lots of TNT, so why not blow stuff up, right? Hey, Hex? Hex?
Hello?
So, Hex, we're blowing up stuff.
Oh, yeah, blowing up stuff never gets old. Sorry, I'm just really tired. But we're proud of how much we've hollowed out that mine badge. But anyway, we've got time for a couple more. Let's go into this one from Terraria in Minecraftia, New South Wales.
You know what will keep you awake, Hex? Lots of dancing. Hey guys, I love your house in Minecraft, but the wood one is the best. I want to know, why are your 3 houses so far away from each other? And I want to know if I can build a Pokemon field. P.S. Hex is awesome, Barger is cool, and Darren is nice. Hey Darren, someone said you're nice. No, I'm not lying.
Well, thanks, Terraria fan. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. But there's no good reason why they're so far apart. Like anything in Minecraft, it's less a question of why and more a question of why not? I guess, really, we just wanted to build a heaps-long rail line. And once we did that, it seemed a bit silly to have a rail line to nowhere, so we figured we may as well just build some houses.
Okay. Can't get him off the phone again. He's just so happy someone said he's nice. You know, I'll just put him over here.
He can just talk.
And he can just talk to Mario.
Mario.
There you go. I'll talk for ages. Yeah, also it's nice to have bases scattered around the place so you can explore different parts of the world. And there are 3 fairly different areas too. Our first house is kind of in a plain and there's some desert nearby, while our second one is in a foresty area, and our third is off in the frozen snow.
I do love our new snow castle badge, but as for a Pokemon field, well, I know Minecraft lets you build just about anything, but I don't know you can do Pokemon fields. Sounds like a good idea for a Minecraft mod though. Anyway, we've got time for just one more, and it's from Sugarcane161 in Sydney, New South Wales. Hi, the GG. I just wanted to say that your Minecraft world is the best ever. I just downloaded it and I think it is the best, but how do the minecart tracks work that are in the circle? Please help, or I will be a Minecraft noob. 1.
Oh, he's gone. I wonder where he went. Well, Sugarcane, we're glad you're enjoying it too, but those are our minecart boosters. Now, like the mob grinder, we didn't invent this, but what happens is you put your minecart here and jump in. Although for this demonstration, we won't jump in so you can see what happens. Then you press the button which activates this bit of powered rail. That launches the cart over this detector rail, which sends a signal down through these redstone repeaters, while the cart spins around and around, going faster and faster. Then when the signal gets to the end here, it causes the track to change direction, launching our minecart out of the loop at top speed.
It's a clever little thing, isn't it? And it's perfect for getting your carts up steep slopes without using tons of precious powered rail sections. But on that note, we're out of time once again, but you all know what to do with those quizzical questions. Send them in here.
Oh, Hex, let me tell you about the week Darren and I had while you were away. Okay, so first we started reviewing this game, and we were having a great time, except Darren kept... Darren, watch me flailing those fists of fury. Hey Hex, do you remember when Microsoft released that trailer showing all the upcoming games that we could get to play?
I sure do, Barjo, and I think I know where you're going with this. One of those teaser trailers was for a kung fu action game that showed the Kinect responding instantly to the player's kicks and punches.
Yes, so when Kung Fu Panda 2 arrived in the den of gaming, I was hoping it would be that game to deliver on that promise.
But Barjo, you forgot the 3rd golden rule of video games.
The 3rd golden rule?
That games based on movies will almost certainly be rubbish. And if they're not, it's probably by mistake.
Also, rule number 5, that any fancy teaser trailer for a new games console is probably completely exaggerated.
Yes, well, the laws of video game land have been proven to be correct, because Kung Fu Panda 2 is more like Kung Fu Panda poo.
Ooh.
Sick burn.
Jumping double kick, yeah! That was awesome.
Starring the furry fists of Poe the Giant Panda, not voiced by Jack Black, but someone who sounds like him instead. This Kinect game is a combination of fighting scenarios and other motion-based mini-games like rickshaw racing and noodle preparation.
Oh, I do like a bit of cooking.
Not this kind, Darren.
Oh.
Poe the Panda will carefully instruct you in the art of Kung Fu as you play through the game, teaching you what the real-life moves are to kick, punch, block, dodge, and perform finishing moves.
Taste the food.
You also have to take into account whether your enemy is blocking with a shield or ducking too low for your punches. Some enemies will occasionally take you by surprise too, requiring a swift response in the form of an uppercut.
That gets tiring.
My sensors detect a fighting system that doesn't exactly allow for a free-flowing display of Kung Fu mastery.
Your sensors are correct, Darren. There's a slight delay between the actions you perform and when Poe does it on screen. So to get around this delay, the game breaks the fighting down into sections, so as not to confuse the Kinect too much. This means that each fight has an attack phase and a defense phase, and all your actions pretty much come down to a game of Simon Says. Defend this way here, now. Use your kick on this enemy here, now. And so on.
Yeah, it is a really rigid system and it becomes quite repetitive. You can't free-flow moves because the Kinect can only detect and perform simple moves one at a time. The game also prompts what to do in the bottom corner, so if it says do a jump kick, you can't actually perform any other move at that moment.
Whole lot of punching going on.
The game has a story and a free play mode, but the only real difference is in story mode you get some boss fights and also more cutscenes, which unfortunately means more loading. Sometimes the game has to load before and after each cutscene, so you never flow seamlessly into the action. It feels like you're always standing in front of the Kinect just waiting to do something.
Free play mode is better because it dispenses with a lot of the fat and gets you straight to the action, even if the action is kind of lame. I mean, it gets boring after 30 seconds.
Well, now we can get to the part where we talk about the good parts of the game.
Sadly, Darren, no, there aren't really any good parts to this game. Kung Fu Panda 2 is a bit of a dud.
Oh, negative.
Sorry, Darren. Final thoughts, Bajo?
Well, Hex, sadly, my dreams of frantic motion-tracked Kung Fu have been dashed once again. I guess I need to wait for the right game to come along. You just get frustrated here that you can never bust out your own Kung Fu moves. I hope the movie's better because I'm giving Kung Fu Panda 2 a 4 out of 10 rubber chickens.
I do like the feeling of being able to physically interact with my game, but the action is kind of basic and, dare I say, noobish, so I'm giving it 5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week, but next week we shall return with more from the...
Come on, Bajo, you haven't told us your big news. Have you finally captured every Pokemon?
Well, no, Hex, but I have even better news. As of next week, Good Game Spawn Point will be expanding.
What?
That's right. As of next week, each and every episode of Good Game Spawn Point will be half an hour long.
OMG, that's fantastic news!
I know.
We're gonna be able to review more games, answer more questions, and meet more spawnlings.
Yes.
We can extend the Darren Cave.
No, Darren, we can't do that. But yes, it's going to be excellent.
We can review the Green Lantern game and Child of Eden, which was by the same developers that made Lumines and Res, both fantastic games.
So don't forget to join us next week, Spawnlings, for the very first 30-minute episode of Good Game Spawn Point.
I've got to go call Mum Boss. She's going to be so proud.
Make sure you say hi from us, Darren.
Yeah.
Hex out.
Bajo out.
Darren out.
Okay, Darren, new segment ideas. Hit me. Go.
Well, cheese toasted sandwiches are great, but I was thinking an entire cooking segment.
Don't like it. Next one. Go.
Oh, well, a PC repair segment. You can overclock your toaster.
I like it. Next one. Go.